What's good, people? So we're back with some more tips, tricks, and shit. I've got a 2007 Charger that I bought at an auction. Had a rough idle, so don't mind my cold air intake. It's like 1,000 extra horsepower for this V6, so it'll probably have like 12 horsepower when I'm done. Had a really bad rough idle. Put a new battery in it, all new coil packs and plugs. I've got a new throttle body, mass airflow. What else? Crank or cam sensor. Put a crank sensor, EGR valve on it. Even changed this little booger here out, the idle air, or the idle. I think that's the temperature. Changed all that shit out, and it still runs like shit. So I watched another YouTube video, and there's not a lot of information on these cars, and I found out that the computer, which is over here, could be fucking bad. So I ordered a computer from Flagship One, and they come pre-programmed to your car and everything else, so straight plug and play, supposedly. We're gonna find out. Before you hook the computer or do anything with your computer, you need to unplug your battery, which is in the trunk of the car. And then once you unplug your battery, you can start to take it apart. Pretty simple. This right here is 13mm bolt. We're going to pull that out, pull the computer out. So stay tuned, we'll be back. So we got our 13mm bolt out. Now we're going to kind of force this sumbitch to do what we want it to do, because we're not gentle. So you have 3 plugs for this particular car. Some cars is going to have a 4th plug depending on the transmission setup and stuff like that. This one's got 3. So you pull up on these tabs here without trying to break them. Pretty simple. And then you just push in on that tab on top right here, and it'll pull out. Push in, pull out, push in, pull out. And you'll notice they're color coded, black to black, orange to orange. I guess that's supposed to be fucking blue or some shit, but kind of common sense. So now your computer's out. We gotta take these 2 bolts out for this bracket. So stay tuned, we'll do that real quick. This is the old computer. Looks clean, looks like shit. So this is a 10mm bolt right here. Took those out. I used a ratchet just to keep from vibrating it more than it needed to be. And so they just go in pretty simple. All right. And before I ratchet this down, my diagnosis, or whatever you want to call this shit, from troubleshooting is evidently these kind of get a lot of vibration, so you get bad parts on the computer. I'll do another video. If this actually fixes the car, I'll do another video and take this apart and we'll look and see what's inside. But I took it out and laid it on the car with it running, and kind of tapped on it with a back end of a screwdriver, like a rubber mallet, not hitting it, not beating the shit out of it, but just tapping it a little bit. And I noticed on this one, when I hit it in this spot right here, car would damn near die, and then it would come back alive, and it would run for, you know, a few seconds or whatever, hit it again, do the same shit. So that's what made me think that the computer was bad, because shit, every other sensor on this car has been changed out. So stick with me, I'm gonna ratchet this down, and then we'll go back, reverse, plugging all this in, and I'm gonna start the car and see what happens. So as you can see, we got our computer with the bracket on. Like I said, I used a ratchet just to keep from messing up more stuff. I put my plugs back in their color-coded areas. This already came color-coded, as you can see, for the one I don't have, but I plugged them in. These will click, so you know it's in there tight, and then you just push down your red tabs just to reverse it, taking them off. So now we're going to stick it back in the hole, bolt it down, and hopefully after we plug the battery up, hopefully the car starts and it magically runs like a champ. Or my wife's going to be pretty pissed that I've spent way more money than this car's worth trying to get it to run right. So we got the computer in, hooked up, hooked the battery up, cranked the car. As you can see, it's running. So we're going to take it for a ride, see how it does, and hopefully I don't have to burn it to the ground. see you later. Stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and shit.